TIFU by explaining my synesthesia to my boyfriend. I have grapheme color synesthesia. Basically I see letters and numbers in colors. The letter E being green, for example. A couple months ago I was explaining it to my boyfriend, who's a bit of a skeptic. He asked me what color certain letters and numbers were and had me write them down. Since then he'll randomly quiz me and compare my answer to what I said a few months ago. Always being the same-ish as course. He still seemed a bit skeptic, as if maybe I just memorized them really well. Tonight we were laying in bed and my boyfriend quizzed me again. I tried explaining to him I just see the colors automatically when I visualize the letters in my head. I asked him what color are the letters in his head. He looked at me weirdly like, what do you mean in my head, that's not a thing. My boyfriend didn't understand what I meant by visualizing the letters. He didn't believe me that I can visualize letters or even visualize anything in my head. Turns out my boyfriend has aphantasia. When he tries to visualize stuff he just sees blackness. He can't picture anything in his mind and thought that everyone else had it the same way. He thought it was just an expression to say picture this or etc. It's crazy to him the fact that I can picture his face without looking at him or a banana without looking at it. Now I have a boyfriend that is really upset. He feels like his world is turned upside down and everybody else has this cool superpower. He's been texting all his friends and see if they can imagine stuff and realizing I wasn't pulling his chain. He's pretty upset and I feel really bad. TLDR tried to explain what having synesthesia is like to my boyfriend and turned his life upside down by finding out he has aphantasia. Can't visualize anything at all. Edit. Oh wow, this blew up. I just wanted to say my boyfriend wasn't being a jerk when it came to quizzing me. It was more of a fun curiosity thing / science experiment. He never thought I was lying. I think it's one thing to wrap your head around synesthesia when you can visualize normally, but it's way harder when you have aphantasia. TIFU by getting a sugar daddy, and now my mom thinks the government is watching her. So a couple months ago I was struggling financially. I was out of a job and barely staying afloat with student debt. I am in my early 20s and I decided to sign up for a sugar daddy dating app. Several of my friends had done it and had great experiences. A lot of these guys are insanely loaded and you don't even have to sleep with anyone if you don't want to. A lot of them are lonely and just want someone to go out with. Within a week I was talking to someone. We got along really well, actually I got lucky. We go on dates and weekend trips and in return he covers some costs for me and buys me shit. It's great. Well, this week he gave me $1,000 to help with my student loans. I was blown away, thanked him profusely and immediately made a loan payment. 2 days later I get a text from my mom. Holy cow, where did you get that kind of money? Fuck. My mom is the cosigner on my loan and has access to the same account. She had seen the payment. I hadn't made one in months and I'd never paid more than $150 at one time. At this point I should mention that I am a guy. While she tries to suppress it, my mother is deeply homophobic and pretty socially conservative all around. Me coming out to her on its own would be a shitstorm, let alone telling her that I'd become a fucking sugar baby. I responded. I can't really talk about it. Why? What's going on? I can assure you that I didn't do anything illegal or sell my body. Lol. Then an idea hit me. I signed an NDA. Sorry. What? She called. I told her I was sorry, but I really couldn't tell her or I'd be in huge legal trouble. What I didn't consider was that implied whoever I signed the NDA with had the power to both A. completely fuck me over legally and B. somehow know if I told a single family member. Being conspiracy-headed as she is, she figured I was involved in some shady government project. Anyway, now my mom thinks she's being monitored and won't respond to my texts. My sugar daddy thinks it's hilarious. I do not. Underscore underscore underscore. TLDR sugar daddy fronted me 1K towards student debt. Mom noticed, used an NDA as an excuse to not explain. Now she thinks my/her communications are being watched. TIFU by having ADHD while having sex. Unlike other TIFUs, this indeed happened today. Just a few minutes ago actually. And yes, this is a throwaway for reasons. It's Sunday afternoon and it's a pretty lazy day here at my house. The husband indicates that he's in the mood for bedroom activities, and while I didn't particularly feel the need for carnal relations, I thought, what the hey, there's nothing better to do. So I put the two kiddos 10 and 12 yo girls on the Netflix share because fuck yeah girl power, and we proceeded to the bedroom activity portion of this foo. Well, this is the portion of my story where I realized that my foo may have actually been last night. Because last night is when I forgot to take my meds. It happens more often than it should really. I am a teacher, and it's summertime, and so forgetting to take my meds happens more often when I am not on a regular schedule. And yes, I have a reminder in my phone, but sometimes I am playing games and I turn off the alarm thinking that I'll remember when I am done with this level, but I never do. So anyway, the husband starts his dirty finger dance on the honey pot, and I am trying to get into it, but my mind is bouncing around like a Cirque du Soleil trapeze dancer. Should my new Pathfinder be a human or half-elf? What about Trump and his assholiness? I wonder how many pics we took in Bryce Canyon this week. We should really finish our moving plan soon. You know, the stupid stuff your mind isn't supposed to think about while your clit is being DJ'd. After a couple of minutes I finally just tell the hubs that he might as well just jump right on in and do what needs doing, because he might as well finish his deed since mine won't get done right now. So he obliges, but then starts taking his sweet time. I try to find a way to tell him in not so many words to just bam thank you ma'am and call it good, but the first words that come to mind pop out. Bop it. I instantly start giggling, then follow up with twist it. Flick it. At first the hubs tries to power through. But my giggles turned into hysterical laughing. I am talking the kind where you holding your stomach, sounding like a flock of Canadian goose migrating south for the winter. Needless to say, his ability to bop it deflates, and he's now in the shower, I am assuming, finishing the job himself with fewer distractions. I went and took my med, and hopefully I have better focus ability to make it up to him later. TLDR, forgot my meds, failed to focus on sexy times, and now I'll never be able to play bop it with a straight face again in my life. TIFU by reading a Reddit post and learning that I am not normal. So today I woke up at 5 a.m. about an hour ago. I open Reddit before I start getting ready for work. I notice a TIFU post. It has a lot of upvotes, so I figure it must be a good one. As I'm reading through the post and comments, I realize that have never been able to visualize something or someone. I only see black. I did not realize that this is not normal. Apparently it's called aphantasia, and it's relatively rare. Most people see clear images and colors when they're visualizing something. I'm 22 and did not know this was a thing until I read that post. I've been trying to test myself for the last hour to see if I can picture anything. Turns out I can't. So now I'm sitting here having an existential crisis about all the things I'll never be able to see again. TLDR, I read a Reddit post and discovered I have aphantasia. A lot of people are asking if I can dream or not. The answer is sort of. I do have dreams occasionally, and supplements melatonin/other sleep pills sometimes make them more vivid, but I don't recall them at all. The only time I know I have dreamt is when it's a shocking/scary/exciting dream. I feel something after I wake up, I just can't recall a damn thing that happened. Sometimes I can remember the premise of the dream, like if it was me working or traveling somewhere, just can't see what I saw when I dreamt. I think I dream maybe once or twice a month. TIFU by scissoring my vagina. This TIFU happened not even 10 minutes ago and I am still feeling like a fucking idiot. Also on mobile, so formatting. Some backstory: my boyfriend and I have been together 2.5 years. During that time, because of depression and stress, my sex drive has been on the decline. We bought toys, lubes, enhancement creams, anything to try to bring it back, but at no avail. My workplace gave me a ultimatum to get my symptoms in check or they will have to let me go, so I've been in a slump. So imagine my surprise while today home alone doing some housekeeping while my boyfriend works. The mood strikes me. I pull up a go-to video, grab some toys and lube and start working. At some point, I decided to test the enhancement cream. Works like a charm when not accidentally placed on the urethra, and I try to hold my excitement in until my boyfriend is home. On to the fuck up. We ended up driving separately to a friend's house for dinner, and after a while I give my boyfriend the wink wink nudge nudge so we can head home. We barely in the door before we on each other, but our sweet little deaf dog interrupts us to remind her she needs food. He goes to feed her and I run to the bathroom to clean up. While in the bathroom, I see the trimming scissors on the counter. I think this is the perfect opportunity to trim up. I have been trimming with scissors for years, but never with sex to be had immediately after. Unfortunately, because of the urgency to get to the sex, I wasn't as careful about checking where the scissors were before I snipped. About 3 seconds into trimming, I hear a different kind of snip and pull up the hair I was pinching to find skin still attached. I look at my outer labia to see a little incision about 2 centimeters long. There was no pain. The shock kept me from feeling anything, but it immediately starts bleeding. I open the bathroom door to see my boyfriend waiting expectantly on the bed and let him know about my fuck up. I cleaned it, all the while embarrassed enough to hide myself from him in shame. Of course, now I am in a worse mood than before, knowing I shouldn't have sex until my lip is fully healed. I joked that I could still blow him, but I've kind of shut down. More often than not, I get left hanging with sex, and this kind of solidified that for at least the next week. His response to this all? Yes, snoring sound asleep. And just to get it out of the way, no, I will not post a picture of my vagina. TLDR, trimmed my pubes right before sex, was so excited I cut some skin off, and now I can get railed until it heals. TIFU by trying to send my girlfriend a video of me doing the dirty. This happened about 30 minutes ago. Me and my girlfriend were sexting and she asked to see a video of me ejaculating. So I recorded it on Snap and put my phone down to go clean up. I get back and my friend called me and told me to delete my story ASAP. I freaked and looked, and there it was, a sweet video of me jerking off. I was too busy to see if anyone else saw it but my good friend, but I'm pretty sure it was just him. If someone could tell me how to brainwash people, that would be wonderful. I'm pretty sure no one else saw it, but my anxiety is telling me that someone saw it and just didn't say anything. God help me, as I can't stop cringing. My sister could have seen that shit. I'm really fucking nervous. Me and my girlfriend both say that no one saw it, but I'm still really scared. Send help. TLDR jerked off and recorded it, and it got posted to my Snap story. Edit proof.